singing after this. See how it goes. I'm very excited to be here tonight. Thank you so much to QueenPins for asking me to be a part, and I did get I was privy to the information as to where the donation was going to go, and that it's an organization that I care very much about, so I was happy to hear that, and it's so nice to be in this room with this energy among the living. I say that because I've been working in a cemetery this week, doing grounds cleanup, raking, stuff like that. I really enjoy it. I do. I don't know. I tell people that and they're just like, really, raking? I love to rake. It's my calling. It's like, I enjoy sweeping, and raking is like sweeping up nature's mess. It's nice. There's a lot of acorns in the graveyard. I like to pretend that's like the trees leaving their Lego on the ground for me to step on. You know? I think of it as like a very nice outdoor hotel where you're going to go just take the bestest, longest sleep of your life. And so it's important to me to keep the grounds clean. And sorry, is that morbid? I got the job through my mother. She works at a funeral home, so it's hard for me to escape, you know, the darkness. But I don't know. I live with my mother. That's another thing. I'm 39. I don't know if it's common to live with your mother at that age. People have they have thoughts about that. Usually it's, I could never live with my mother. Oh my God, I don't know how you do it. I think it's a testament to both my patience and my mom's coolness factor. You know, she's great. I couldn't afford to live with on my own anymore. And if it came down to like finding a roommate on Kijiji, I just thought, you know, better the devil you know. I know, she's just like, if I had found her on Kijiji, you know, 65-year-old woman, quiet, 4 cats, enjoys watching British crime shows, going to bed early, right up my alley, that's me. And I think you can learn a lot. I think it really helps you develop as a person to live with a parent as an adult. It's a very weird blend of kind of living in the past and you're living in the present. You really try to keep yourself in the present. It really helps you live in the present moment, because if you start to like look into the future, you know, you see those things. You start to see, we become our parents whether we like it or not. In certain ways, that is just a train that heads it to that. I mean, I sound like my mother when I yell at traffic. That's just, my mother's voice comes out of me. Just, I can't go! Moron! That's my mother. Yes, it's weird to be talking in front of people. This is a weird job when you come and you just like be yourself. I'm a comedian. I do many jobs. Like I said, I'm working in a graveyard right now. I also dog sit. I look after dogs. Basically, I call myself a comedian. It's just a reason to come. I'm doing this under the guise of comedy, but I really just want to talk about my dog. His name is Oliver Paul. I love dogs with human names. That's why Melanie. Yeah, he's great. He's a Jack Russell Yorkie cross, and my life just became substantially better when I just decided to turn my life. Some people turn their lives over to God. I've turned my life over to dog. I wake up in the morning and I let Oliver Paul call the shots. I'm just like, what are we doing today? And let me say, he's a very motivated, it's like living with a little Richard Simmons, because he's just like, we're getting up off our butts and we're gonna lift our legs and we're going out for a walk. It's much different than living with a cat, let me tell you. I suffer from depression. Cats aren't very good at, they kind of encourage that. You know, they, like, that's right, sleep for 18 hours. Just stay right there so I can sit on you. I used to have a cat, I would roll over and she would still stay on top. It was like she was like a log roller. I was just a shape that fed her. That's really all that, you know. And I used to live alone, and I worry. I would think about like what would happen to me if I ever died. I imagine my cats. I'm pretty sure they couldn't wait to eat me. My cat used to chew on my arm, you know, while I was like, he'd lick my eyes sometimes when I was asleep. It's like he knew that's the delicacy in there. I'm very morbid. I'm just like, I'm talking out loud and I'm hearing this. I'm just like, too much of my mother's influence. So thank God I got out of there. I used to live in the city. Now I live in the country. I love living in the country. It's very peaceful. It's I don't have to try, you know. I'm just like, in the city I felt like some people are type A personality. I'm kind of like type A, you know, do a little bit of everything here and there. I'm not, this is the wrong venue to say something like this. I'm not the most ambitious person. I'm a comedian. I'm living with my mother. I read an article the other day that said that social influencers are on their way out, and it's like Return of the Slacker. So I'm just, biding my time, I think. Let's see, what else can I tell you about myself? This is a networking event. I've never been to one of these. I'm not good at this. It's like, I have a niece. I'm an auntie. I love being an auntie. It's actually her birthday today. She's going to grow up. She'll be at these events. She's hilarious. She's turning 6, and she's in primary, and they had a science fair recently. And you don't have to participate when you're in primary, but she really, really wanted to. She wanted to be in this science fair. So she did one where she naturally dyed Easter eggs using like beets and boiled cabbage and avocados and stuff. And she's writing up her little billboard, so she's got like her materials and sort of what her predictions are and what the results were and that type of thing. But she had to write out her purpose. And she said, "What's that?" And my sister said, "Well, this is where you explain, why you're doing the experiment, why you decided to color the Easter eggs and the idea behind it." And she just said without missing a beat, "Because I want to win the science fair." I want a medal. I just want a medal. She's very funny. When she was younger, one day she was doing something and my dad was like, "You don't have to do that." And she was like, "Papa, when I want to, I have to." She's very determined. She's very funny. She wanted a piñata for her birthday, but she doesn't. She's very sensitive. She doesn't like to see beautiful things get destroyed. Like she cried when she saw her first Christmas tree getting cut down. And me and my brothers, we used to love making big water balloons. We made a big water balloon once and we were about to throw it and she got all teary and she was like, "No!" So then just, okay, what shall we do with it? So for a piñata, it can't be beautiful. So basically what she wanted was just a big brown ball. So that's what I made her. I made her a big brown ball, just brown paper, no paint, no face, no picture, nothing. But now I'm kind of attached to it. I really like it, and it's like I love hanging out with a 6-year-old. She inspires me. So I've started making papier-mâché things, and Mom's just like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with that big ball? This big ball." I was like, "I'm gonna make it into a head." And she's like, "It's too big to be a head." I was like, "I'm gonna make a big head." Why not? I don't know if this is, again, the right room for this, but I kind of want to make a big piñata of Stephen McNeil's head. I don't think it's too violent. I mean, candy comes out. I just think, I don't know, there's probably a group of nurses or teachers out there having a party that might appreciate it. Just a thought. Oh my, I have a lot of weird thoughts. This is what's hard about doing comedy. You just get up and you show everybody how weird you are, and you judge by their response whether it's too weird. Like, those thoughts you have when it's like 3 a.m. and you should be asleep, and you're just having those like random thoughts. Like at 3 a.m. I wonder, I suddenly remember someone from high school, and then I have to look them up. I have to get my computer and I gotta look them up. And I gotta dive deep into their, 4 hours pass and I'm scrolling through like their wedding photos. It's like, how did I get here? But yeah, I think just like really, really random things sometimes. Like once I just had this thought, and this was it. I thought, if I ever had to be a part of a heist where the goal is to steal a hairless Sphinx cat, I would replace it with a chicken breast. See how long it takes them to notice. Just position it. I also, I had this thought the other day how I'd love to like walk into a store someday, just walk in, briefcase full of money, put it up on the counter, open it up, and be like, count it, it's all there. Plot twist, the store is Canadian Tire. It's Canadian Tire money. So there's about $7.04 in there. I want a new paint roller. Yeah, it's weird to be around humans. I spend too much time with my dog. Way too much. Like to the point that I was hanging out with a human the other day, and they went to the bathroom for a second, they came back, the person my age, and I was just like, "Did you do your poopies? Did you do your poop?" Sorry. Just don't ask people that. Not as though they were dogs. Don't say poopies. Don't ask people if they've gone poop. Stop talking about poop, Megan. You putting that on Facebook Live right now? Anybody who's seen me perform before will be like, oh yeah, this is typical. I wrote down things I wanted to say because I have a terrible memory. I feel like I had another interesting little tidbit. One of the perks to having a dog. Free day-old Timbits when you go through Tim Hortons. Yeah. And he doesn't like them, so I eat them. Sometimes I just want to go through the drive-thru and just be like, yes, 1 day-old Timbit, please. It's for the dog, so it's free. I'll drive right up. I had this weird thought once where I'd love to like go up to the drive-thru like this, just walking, and go up like this. Because they see you on camera, I think, don't they? And I don't think you're allowed to walk through the drive-thru, but I just want to see if they'll entertain me if I'm very convincingly mime that I'm in a car. Like, are they going to want to tell me that I'm not really? Are they going to question their own sanity? I don't know. You know what I am good at? I'm good at making the most of what I have. I'm very good at that. That is one of my skills. I look at what I've got and I make the most of it. I have no money, very little. But you know what's great? People are always looking for ways to spend less. Have less. Just if you don't have money, you can't spend it. Like I save money on haircuts. I do, yeah. I'm all about like repurposing things, finding stuff and giving it new life, like looking trash to treasure, that type of thing. I have this dream. I think it would be like the ultimate form of repurposing. I would like to build a tiny home out of discarded Encyclopedia Britannicas. Wow, I thought that would get a laugh, but that was actually, I said something innovative, didn't I? Patent pending, okay? I got Encyclopedia Britannica, you can take World Book or whatever you want, but I find it so funny, those are just, out at the end of people's driveway, it's now for free. You used to have to pay for those in installments. It was like, nobody needs that type of knowledge anymore. We've got the internet. But you know what I've learned about the internet? You cannot trust anything on there. No, you cannot. People can post whatever they want. Here's another crazy idea I've had.